Hello everyone. In this video I'm reviewing the Dr. Dreadful Living Lab. Looks gross, tastes great. You can eat everything you make. This was released by TYCO in 1994. Take a look at the front here. Whoa, looks yummy, doesn't it? Grow edible organisms like squirmy worms and slippery cell blobs. Wonderful. Turn it. Here's the side. And here's the back. Now down here at the bottom is the Brain Juice Lab. I've already done a video on that. Check out my channel and you'll see it. And over here you have the Squeam Lab. Haven't done it yet. I intend to here in the future. And this set expired in 97, so not sure how well it's going to work out, but I'm going to try my best. Let me get all this stuff out of the box and we'll move on to assembly. Alright, got everything out of the box. Here are the instructions. Take a quick look at that. Okay, and parts, we get 2 Petri dish. Have our mixed packets over here. 2 small beakers. Sticker. A little squeeze bottle. This is our little tool here. It's like a rake and a little scoop. And this is like a little magnifying glass type thing. Basically, you put this on there so you can examine what you're making. And then a measuring spoon. Okay, first off, let's see if we can get this sticker on. Let's push some of this stuff out of the way. Oop, that went sliding way back there. Okay. See if I can get it centered on here just right. Oh, messed it up. Let's try that one more time. Well, I guess that'll do. Okay, next, we're going to take our little microscope. That's what they're calling it on here. And this little screw here like adjusts the height. So just going to stick it into the base. And this thing swings around. And we put our Petri dish right in there. Some people call it Petri and some people call it Petri. I'm not really sure. And that's really all there is to assembly. It's a lot easier than some of the other sets. So I think the first experiment we're going to start with is the Cell-Blobs, and we'll move on to the worms and dirt. So let me get all the necessary stuff for that, and we'll get started. Okay, we're going to start with the Cell-Blobs experiment. Here's the instructions for that. We're going to pour 25 milliliters of water into a beaker. And then we're going to add 1 teaspoon of part 1 Cell-Blobs powder. Mix until dissolved. And we're going to pour that into the squeeze bottle. Alright. 25 milliliters. Let's see here. Okay, that's 25. Using a beaker from another Dr. Dreadful lab, large one. Here's what part 1 looks like. Has a real nice smell to it. Okay, 1 teaspoon. Wow, look at that. Okay, I'm going to give this a good stir. A lot of these Dr. Greffel powders are notorious for not dissolving very well, even when they were new. And this is a set I have prior experience with. I had this set as a kid too. Still a few clumps, so we'll just keep stirring that. Can't get it perfect, but I'm going to try our best. This is one of my favorite experiments with this set. It really is. I think that's about as good as it's going to get. Let me wipe this off. This stuff is so sticky. It's all that sugar in it, and boy, it stains stuff like crazy. Or maybe it's just certain materials it stains, I don't know. Okay, got our squeeze bottle. And pour this in there. Oh, look at all that leftover stuff there. I hope it'll work. See the leftover? You know what? I'm going to pour this back in and start just a little bit more. Try and maybe break up some of those pieces. Well, I'm making a big mess getting this stuff everywhere. Problem I had as a kid and then with these sets, and I still haven't been able to shake it. Well, I think that's as good as it's going to get, folks. All right. Dump that in there. I did a little better, but there's still some stuff left behind, but oh well. Okay. Get the top, screw that on. And set that to back there. Wipe off my spoon again. Okay, let's move on to the next step. Step 2, pour 15 milliliters of water into a beaker. Add half a teaspoon of part 2 Cell-Blobs powder, mix until dissolved. Pour into Petri dish, or Petri, however you prefer it. And then squeeze part 1 into liquid in Petri dish to create big or little Cell-Blobs. Eat and enjoy. Okay. $15 milliliters. That's a little too much. Okay, that's good. Exciting, isn't it? You know, I really feel fortunate to be able to get my hands on these sets. You know, they're just hard to find. I've probably mentioned this before, but they're hard to find. And even if you are able to find them, they're usually used and missing parts. And The mixes are all messed up and everything. Okay, half a teaspoon, double checking everything. All right. And let's give this a good mix. Yeah, that's kind of clumpy too. Well, I'm just splashing this everywhere. I think what it is, maybe it's just I'm really sloppy, but I think what it is that the beaker is so small when you're mixing in the other beakers. You got a lot more space to move the liquid around, and this one you just really don't. Or maybe I need a smaller mixing implement. I think we're about there. This seems to be mixing a little bit better, not much, but let me see. Still a little bit of powder stuff. I just think that's the way it's going to be. I'm not going to be able to get it 100%. Yeah, there's still going to be some particles left over. Oh well. Okay, and we're going to pour this into the petri dish. Let's move this over. All right. Okay, let me change my up a bit here. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Well, that's actually more than a bit, but I want you to have a good view of what's happening here. Okay, we're just going to take it and squeeze. Wow. It's actually working. That's pretty cool. If you want to recreate this experiment, look online for a recipe called Fruit Pearls. It does something similar to this. A little bit. But that's what we're left with. These little jelly balls type things. That's basically what they are. Pretty cool, huh? See if I can get some. I'm gonna taste them. They have a berry flavor. Kind of like, I don't know, or maybe a tropical punch type flavor. Try it again. Yeah, tropical punch berry type flavor, but they're pretty yummy. And they, it kind of forms like a thin, kind of like membrane or something, a cell, around the fluid. And so when you bite into one, it bursts in your mouth. So, very cool. Kind of like the Orbit's drink that came out a long time ago. Okay, one thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and rearrange the camera and see if I can get you a view down inside the little microscope thingamajig, okay? So hold on just a sec. Okay, I've been playing around with it for quite some time, adjusting the microscope thing here, camera, lighting, and I don't know how well this is going to turn out, but we'll find out. So, I'm going to put some more in here. Oh, bumping it a bit. Okay, there's some more Cell-Blobs. Well, you can kind of a little bit see it. Not all that clear though. I don't know if it's just because I can't get the proper lighting or the camera. It's just not good enough for this type of thing. I'm not sure. But you can see them a little bit there. Let me adjust this a little bit. Yeah, I think that's as good as it's going to get with what I have. But I thought that'd be interesting to try. Let me zoom out a bit. That might help. Give you some perspective. There we go. There we are zoomed out, and that's actually a little better. So, that's actually kind of cool. Okay, well, let me get everything cleaned up, and we'll get on to the next experiment, which is worms in dirt. Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be yummy. Okay, we're on to the final experiment, worms in dirt. Step 1, pour 3 teaspoons of part 1 dirt powder into petri dish. Okay. Move a little micro viewer out of the way. Yeah, I decided to let the little blobs stay in there. If only they could move around a bit, that'd be cool. But all they can do. Alright. I just really like that experiment. This one, not so much. I mean, this experiment is cool, but the end result, well, you'll find out. Now this stuff, just to give you an idea of what it smells like and looks like, I mean, hope you can see that. If you've ever had hot chocolate, you know, the stuff that comes in the packs, you know, stick in hot water, whatever. This smells just like that. It even looks like it. Okay. And I'm going to smooth this out. Try and get a little even. Something like that. Step 2, pour 25 milliliters of water into a beaker. Add half a teaspoon of part 2 worms powder. Mix about a minute until dissolved. Pour into a squeeze bottle. Okay. $25 milliliters. All right. Getting stuff everywhere. Half a teaspoon. I've been sitting on this set and a bunch of other Dr. Dreffel sets for a while now, just waiting to get the chance to film them. I kid you not, I've had this set for probably 3 or 4 months. I kid you not. And I know, and I'm not just being lazy, I'm just real busy with work and stuff. And when I'm off work, I'm just so tired. Real tired. But that doesn't really matter. Okay, let's see if we can get this stuff mixed. Life can be tough at times, can't it? It really can. Well, what can you do? Just get you a Dr. Dreffel set and play around with it a lot, and maybe it'll make things a little easier. Man, this stuff doesn't mix good at all. Look at that. That's like horrible the way that's mixing. And like I said, these sets are notorious for that, even when they're new. One thing I wanted to mention about those Cell-Blobs, that particular experiment, if you check out my channel, I did a review of the Dr. Dreffel Drink Lab, and there's an experiment in it called Liquidizing Worms. It's basically the same thing. A lot of the Dr. Dreffel stuff is, they're just recycled ideas. You know, it's the same thing, just a little different, you know. But it's still cool, in my opinion, even as old as I am now. I think that's as good as it's going to get, everyone. Yep. Okay. We're going to pour this into the squeeze bottle. I might have to change my camera angle here. Give y'all a little better view of what's going on. Yeah, let me see if I can do that right now. Pull this in a bit. Bring my camera down. Hope the lighting's okay. I don't know if you noticed it, but if you look at my old videos versus this one, I got new lights. Oh yeah, I done upped my game. Alright. Step 3. Make worm-shaped trails in dirt using tip of shovel. This little thing. Squeeze mixture from bottle into trails, making worms. Cover worms with dirt using shovel. Wait 30 seconds, eat and enjoy. Okay. Let's see. That's not really a worm thing, it's just basically a trench. Well, okay. Can't get it perfect. Here we go. Uh-oh. Oh. Like a clog or something in the bottle. Oh, crap. There we go. Still a bit clumpy. Need a blender. That's what I need. Yeah, I'll try and cover these little buggers up. Something like, oh man, look at that. You see that? Oh. Okay. Now the fun part, waiting. Yay. Okay, we're almost there, everyone. We're probably not going to try the micro viewer thing again. It was so hard trying to get the right angle. Okay, that's about 30 seconds there. Zoom out a bit. Got me a little plate here. Now it's time to dig them out. Well, let me zoom back in for the digging part. Oh man, ugh. That one kind of came apart there. That is so gross looking. Okay, I'm going to clean off my tool. And I'm going to pull out, move this for a second. And this is what we're left with. Does anybody have cats at home? If they do, what does that remind you of? Here, let me poke one. Check this out. Man, look at that. See stuff just oozing out of it? Oh gosh. That is disgusting. But I'm going to try one, and I know I'm going to regret it, because I can remember, even as a kid, I can remember finding this experiment. Just look at that. Ugh. Okay. Bon appetit. Oh, ooh. Oh, that is nasty. Oh, it's got. Oh, I'm not over exaggerating, everyone. It is nasty. That is foul. Oh. So my memory hasn't failed me. I remember it being gross and nasty when I was a kid, and it still is gross and nasty. Oh man, that's just, man. All right. Ooh. Okay. I don't have to eat anymore. I'm going to smooth out this powder again. We're going to try that experiment one more time, or do it one more time and see how we go. Having problems trying to get it just right. I think I'm just trying to be too precise with it. Something kind of like that. Here we go. Wow. Okay. Time for them to take a little nap. Despite how horrible the taste is, this is a cool little set. It's the economy set. You can't afford like the big drink lab or food lab. Well, you can get you one of these. Or at least that was the idea as a kid. Okay, 30 seconds. One thing I'll say, I really honestly do, I enjoy doing these Dr. Dreadful kits. I really do, because I had so much fun with them when I was a kid. What inspired me to do this, actually, there's a YouTube channel called Lucky Penny Shop. Lucky Penny Shop. And I saw one of his Dr. Dreadful videos. This has been a good long while, but I think it was the Dr. Dreadful Food Lab by TYCO. And I was like, oh man, I had that set as a kid. And plus I had lots of other old toys, stuff just laying around in boxes. And I was thinking, well, this guy, he's sharing all this with the world, you know, all these cool toys and stuff. And I was like, well, why don't I do that? And I'll give my little, you know, talk about my fondness and memories of these products, you know. So I really owe a lot to him, because I like doing this. It's fun, even though I don't get to do it a lot. But he also, if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to check again, but I think he's put out quite a few other Dr. Dreadful videos. So make sure to go check him out. They're real cool. All right, let's unbury them. Oh, I need to use the other end. This will work a little better. There we go. I'm just going to leave these in there like that. That is just wonderful, isn't it, everyone? Okay. That's the end of this experiment. Alright, everyone, we did both experiments. This is what we're left with. We have our Cell-Blobs and our worms and dirt. Let me zoom in a bit here. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry for the jerky camera movement. Overall, I'm very pleased with how this came out. Real cool set, you know, small. Only 2 experiments, but nonetheless, real neat. But that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you next time. Later.